good evening, and welcome to St. John, New Brunswick, Canada. Canada's self-proclaimed most Irish city on St. Patrick's Day. A warm welcome to the beautiful waterfront in uptown St. John, a city full of history with natural splendor and unique maritime culture. Seafood all around, nothing but the freshest out in New Brunswick. Here as we get set for the evening draw, a Monday night in Draw 8 in the Ford World Women's Curling Championship. Harbor Station, the setting for this year's World Championship. We look to declare a world champion. It will be a new one with the defending champion not participating. And we will stay all North America here this evening as the United States of America take on Team Canada. Team China being honored here as they do throughout the event, honoring one team each afternoon and evening draw. Team China enjoying being in the center of attention there, waving to the crowd and everyone applauding them, and they came off a big win earlier this morning. Well, as Team China gets honored, they get their memento for making it to the World Championship. A nice little treat for them. We are on Sheet A. Canada, the USA, Luke Coley, joined with Anne Swisshelm here this evening. There will be lots of fun between these two rivals or countries that share the 49th parallel.
Yeah, a continental battle here between Canada and the United States. Both these teams have been playing really well since they got here. They both sit at a cumulative 82%.
Now let's meet the teams. The United States lead Tabitha Peterson. Second, Natalie Nicholson, saying hi to her two children. Third, Nicole Jornstad. And their skip, making her 12th appearance, Allison Pottinger. And they will be taking on Team Canada lead Lisa Weigel. Their second, Allison Kraviazik. Third, Emma Miskew. And their skip, the back-to-back Canadian champion, bronze medalist a year ago, Rachel Homan, and her team out of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. Let's look at the standings. One unbeaten team, that's Switzerland, who beat Canada yesterday. Followed closely Sweden at 4-1, Canada, US, same records at 3-1. And then the two lost teams, even records, China and Scotland. Denmark and Latvia, one win, and Czech Republic, Germany, both looking for their first victory here in St. John, New Brunswick, Canada.
Yeah, and those teams on the bottom are playing each other tonight, so one of those teams is going to move off the bottom, the Czech Republic or Germany. And we get a look at Rachel Homan sliding out in practice.
Let's look at these other games going on. 3-1 against 3-1, pivotal game on Sheet A. 2-2 against 2-2 on Sheet B.
Yeah, that'll definitely create some momentum there for the winner of that game.
Scotland and China, and then of course, as you were saying, Czech Republic, Germany, winner will get their first victory, and Switzerland's trying to stay unbeaten against 1-3 Denmark and Madeline Dupont. But we will be here on Sheet A, where the USA will have the red stones, Canada will have the yellow. Canada put it just to the back of the button, so they earned last stone first end.
That means you must stand up.
Teams just last few things before the game, and is there a little more pressure? And you've been in this game, Canada, USA.
This is a big game for both of these teams. Rachel definitely has the crowd advantage. This is home ice for her and her Canadian team. But that can add a level of pressure that the United States team may not feel. They've got nothing to lose. Rachel's the favorite going into this game. I think if the United States plays loose and the way they have been playing, this will be a great game to watch tonight, Luke. So with Rachel's draw, they won the hammer. And the United States will go first. Tabitha Peterson.
The 25-year-old in her second world championship.
And Tabitha's been playing really well this week so far.
Nice little 5, girls. Line's good.
A pharmacy student in Minnesota.
Little piece of the 4. Stay with it.
We've seen through some of the draws before. That first rock of the game ends up sliding deeper in the rings that they want. A little bit quicker out of practice after the pebble broken down a little bit.
Yeah, now Rachel and her team decided to hit this one, keep it simple this first end.
Good. Clean. No.
This has been pretty standard choices that we've seen from all the teams here at the Worlds. This hitting of the first stone. Waiting an end or two to mix it up and create some offense.
Well, the open hit.
That's a 10. Yeah. That was going to roll? Yeah.
Well, playing the hits, I think Allison's got to pick her spots when she wants to try and be aggressive. Doesn't necessarily need to do that in the first. Put that first stone in, a tie game.
Yeah, Allison probably should not be aggressive against the hammer. I would think only in a situation of playing against Rachel and her team that you would only be really aggressive under duress if you absolutely had to. You know, force Rachel to make the move and drive the offense and see if you can't capitalize on maybe a little bit of a half shot here and there. And with that rollout, I think it'll give Rachel a chance to throw the corner. We'll see what choice she makes here. She called for it right in.
Well, they had a commanding 8-2 win this afternoon. A struggling Denmark team, they took advantage of mistakes, got some steals after scoring an early deuce. They'll try to keep that going. Last night they were off. They even said after, we just got to shelf it. We got to put that behind us and move forward.
Yeah, I think they just didn't adjust to the ice very quickly, and Switzerland made some really big shots against them. And but again, it's one game here at the, you know, in an 11-game round robin. That is a long week. Keeping the you know, a single loss or two in perspective is very healthy.
There's the rules of play. 6 ends minimum, 73 minutes running time, and 1 coach interaction.
Yes, it's not a timeout, right? The clock stops for just a brief period of time for the coach to get to the team. And then the team gets a minute to interact with their coach while their time clock runs, while that 73 minutes counts down. So here's a draw from Allison Kraviatsuk, second for Team Canada. See Lisa Weigel and Emma Miskew on the brushes.
We'll keep an eye, because we are on the side sheet. A lot more people in Canada want to get a close-up bird's eye view of the game. Will be right beside that sheet. So a little more few more bodies on that side of the arena than on the opposite side. See if that affects the ice or the airflow throughout this game. We are on the board side right now, so.
Yeah, this is the first rock from third from the United States, Nicole Jornstad. Nice hit and a little bit flop in there. That's good. Third, Emma Miskew for Team Canada.
Clean. Whoa. Yep. Whoa, whoa. Just throw him. Good.
Well, going out to that wide side, you never know if it's going to catch the pebble and end up curling a bit on them. They'll keep the weight up.
Yeah, that's one of the things in these first ends where the pebble's still sharp and rocks are curling a little bit more aggressively early in the early ends here.
Yep, right there. Yep, pull away. Yep, pull away. Yep. Atta girl. Good job.
Well, rolls to a different spot.
Yeah, it does. So that'll
Sorry. Control? Normal. Yeah, you want to throw this? Sure. Okay.
that'll force Team Canada to think a little bit about which turn to throw, and it's farther back in the rings. They've elected to play this straighter turn here.
Yes! Yep! Hard! Control! Clean! Whoa! Clean! Clean, you're good. Great suit, guys. Let's throw him. It's like bored him.
Well, right on the nose.
I guess the weight came off. The weight
Playing the back part of the rings. It's Allison Pottinger down. She played here in St. John the last time it was held here in this city in New Brunswick, Canada. Went home with a silver medal that year.
Yeah, she was playing second for the U.S. team, I believe.
Patty Lank and
Erica
Europe.
Brown, Tracy Sokshin.
Losing that final to Sweden and Elizabeth Gustafsson.
Where that was Elizabeth's fourth world title.
Just clean.
Is that her fourth world title, I think? Pretty sure.
Close, it's okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. 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 Stop.
Nice control weight hit there from Allison Pottinger, skip for the United States.
Yeah. Okay. I got a 10.5 on the clock. Yeah. Which was my guess.
Yes, that
I'm like, I
is
thought
correct.
it
It was
was
their fourth and final World Championship, winning in 92, 95, 98, and 99. That was part of a back-to-back World Championship.
Down normal. Okay.
We won't have back-to-back from last year to this year. It was Eve Muirhead in Scotland. Was the Great Britain Olympic team. So we see 24-year-old Rachel Homan, her first shot of the game.
Whoa. Looks like more than Em's. More than yours, Em. Whoa, right off. Clean. Whoa, whoa. Good.
Now, and as it come in, they'll throw the rock a little bit differently. Rachel Homan likes to throw with lots of rotation and sort of slides inside of the broom, doesn't give a lot of ice, and pops it out just a little bit on the release.
You know, on those takeouts, I think Rachel's technique kind of takes the mystery out of the ice, right? She keeps it nice and straight. She can throw really significant weight accurately. And I think she likes to throw these basic shots the same way she'd throw those up-weight shots maybe, as she might need them later in the game to test the ice, see what it's going to do.
10.5. Yeah. Clean. Clean, clean, clean. Whoa. Just clean. Just clean.
Well, always a good sweepers like to hear that from the vice skip there, Nicole Jornstad. Just clean, hits on the nose.
Good job.
Yeah, clean's a good word to hear.
I think peel, like, it should be fine. Okay.
No, okay, no. Because it's not going to go anywhere. Mine sucked.
So Rachel's going to try and blank this end. So she'll throw up weight.
Okay. Yeah.
So this shot should run about 7 seconds hog to hog for Rachel on her peel weight. So about 7.5, 8 seconds.
So hit, roll out, and that will mean zeros on the board. Canada will retain the hammer. Here's we're through one end. It's draw 8 from St. John and the 2014 Ford World Women's Curling Championship.
Well, I let it go soft. Wasn't my out release.
With easy peel.
Yeah, that was.
Welcome back for the first rock of the second end. Team United States versus Team Canada here from St. John, New Brunswick, Canada at the 2014 Ford World Women's Curling Championships.
Your line's fine. Keep her moving, yep. Keep her moving, right to center line. Right to center line, keep coming.
So we're gonna get a guard here.
You didn't think we'd see this?
I did not think we'd see this. I thought that
There you go. That works, Ted, good work.
United States would put that rock in. I think that's where it was called. Their lead, Tabitha Peterson, just coming up a little light, and great awareness by the brushers to put that rock in the right spot, splitting the center line.
Here's the tick shot. They want to try and tick it over, roll it, actually push it into the rings, and roll to a corner guard.
Yeah, Rachel's going to try and redecorate the house, as it were.
Oh, redecorate.
They're going to try and redecorate, and this is over curling a little bit.
Okay. It's a good throw.
Forward's okay, right in here.
Well, ends up tapping it on the nose, pushes it right into a good steal position.
Right, if you needed to make that shot, that'd be 1 in 100. So, you know, it's really unfortunate. It's just an unfortunate outcome there for the Lisa Weigel, who really throws those shots as well as any player in the game.
Yep. Yep.
Well, an early advantage. Now we'll see how the U.S. goes after it.
Yeah, this curly side here, these rocks move so hard off the boards on this sheet. And, yeah,
very tight to that front.
Good job.
And comes right into lie 2.
I thought she was letting it hit.
Yeah. So now Lisa gets to play a shot. Very few leads actually get to play. She gets to play a run-back double.
I see you're getting excited here. Former lead and thinking, I don't ever get to play this.
Yeah, you don't get to play these very often. So Lisa needs to take make the most out of this opportunity. She's it runs.
Well, run it right on the nose.
That's an outstanding shot.
That's fabulous. Rarely throw it, uses her own and runs it and sticks it behind as we'll jump over sheet D. Switzerland at 4-0, taking on Denmark at 1-3. It is Binja Felcher and Switzerland with the hammer in his first end. A chance to score an early deuce. They've been rolling. Commanding win last night against Canada. Now on again on that same sheet. And an open draw scores 2, and an early 2-0 lead for the Swiss over Denmark.
And here we are on second stones in a really kind of surprising first couple of stones. Natalie Nicholson playing a nice freeze.
Not your usual start to an end. You see the centerline guard. The tick attempt taps it to the button. The come around goes top forefoot, and the lead makes a run back double and six the shooter perfectly behind cover.
Yeah, it was a fun series of shots here. So now we've got some rock placement happening here. Allison's going to try and put this rock right on top of the U.S. rock in the rings.
Not on it yet. Back 4, back 8. Nice to get separation on these two. Can you go by it? Yeah, go hard on it. Hard, hard, hard. All the way over.
Well, I see a little more weight. Now they try and change the call. Rolls off a bit. And spins to lie, 1-2.
Yeah, Allison not happy with where those stones ended up.
Let's come this way, okay?
Can you make the double on that, or is it just a matter of trying to move it from that position a bit?
Yeah, I'm not sure that the double's there. It might be there off your red one, but that's a pretty dangerous shot.
Yeah, I think this would be nice.
At this point. The U.S. is elected to play this inside out, and this can curl here quite a bit.
10. Yep. 9.5. Yes. Yes. Hard. Hard, girls. Hard. Hard, 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 hard. All the way. Never stop. Yep. Yep. Yep.
One rolls away. They want to try and roll in. Thought they had a better read of the ice there to try and roll inside.
Okay, coming out this way.
But rolls away and
I think it just moves a little bit there.
quickly jump over sheet B. Scotland, China. Two teams sitting at 500, 2-2. Carrie Barr, skip for Team Scotland. Lost her first two, has won 2 straight now.
Yep.
They're going to get things going.
One of the 2 left-handed skips in the field here at the World Championships. Needs to draw a little bit better than full 8.
Just control.
Sweeper's just guiding it in here.
Yep, keep it there, hard.
Well, against a couple of counters in there, Scotland gets their 1. They're on the board against China. Sadia Louis. So 1-0 after 1 end of play. Right next to us on sheet B.
Yeah, now we're back to our feature game, and this angle's a little bit better for the U.S. to make the double.
Looks again, they're going to play that inside-out turn.
Yeah, they've elected to play this this curly turn, but I think that plays into this team's strengths here. The way Nicole throws this rock, she throws it very similar to Rachel Homan.
Hard, girls. Hard, hard, hard. Every bit. Hard. Whoa, your nose. Your nose there. Just
A bit of a missed opportunity with that one. Chance to make that double.
Yeah, that really was their chance to put a ton of pressure on Team Canada.
Even if you just get a hand roll here, it's pretty good. Okay, we can touch it a little bit. Heel.
Interesting to note the difference of where the broom is on this. And they're throwing the in-turn at it on the edge of the rock, basically playing no...
Negative ice. And Emma just set that just a hair. So that's going to run real straight on her. Hit the nose to the outside.
No chance of it coming back with that type of weight being thrown.
No, but the one good thing is that rock's now just sitting out there as a biter. The United States
A little bit less than
isn't
that.
gonna.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're gonna get a little look here at Emma's release, and she just pops it just a hair there right at the end, just to add a little bit of extra weight. Sometimes when you're throwing the double, you tend to juice it a little bit.
How about this? How about this right here?
And she's got such a powerful slide that that's really unnecessary at the end of her release. But with that little biter on the outside, the United States is going to have to be thinking about that. They do not want that rock to come into play.
So playing to the center.
Trying to make a little tap.
Peterson on the left, Nicholson on the right. Playing it quiet, hold the shooter. Tap, tap, push that one back. Still leaving Canada lying one right on the button now.
Yeah, the one thing is Canada's going to have to play this with a turn that
I like forward.
the shooter.
Nothing is curling. I don't want it to go though. It won't. Okay. Allie's back 8, track the whole way. We didn't hit the rock. Okay. This
So it's-
perfect board, it'll float, it'll never come back. I threw mine to the broom. Gotta get to the inside here. Okay.
Really great ice awareness there by Rachel Homan. Just how straight that's going. Reassuring her third that this is not, she doesn't need to overthrow it here. That's not going to take off on her.
So look where the broom is. She said T-line weight. It's a tough one. And I think I heard from the front end said just throw it to the broom.
Yep.
Can we clean?
It's hard to believe it.
Hack.
Wanting to get to the inside of this one. Emma Miskew will get it right on the nose. More weight.
Yeah, I think I think they did want just through is what they were looking for. But
I think if we'd been able to put a brush to it, it would have been pretty close.
I like the nose. It floated out to half, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, like as soon as you're along that 4-foot line, then like it doesn't move an inch, like not even one.
so
Where I head with my 8 weight.
Yep.
great conversation there from the front end for Team Canada. Just reassuring their third about the spots on the ice, the weight she threw.
We'll have to keep an eye on that throughout the game, see if it changes at all or stays straight in that spot.
I gave the same ice that she hit. And she hit center line, so I was like, if you throw a hack.
That was good. Give it a second to get home.
So with that nose hit, Allison Pottinger is going to try and flop to the inside, and
No chance making, can't see enough to make the double past their own red.
they might be able to. It's a bit of a dangerous shot, but
Well, hit. Doesn't remove the stone, just rolls over to the side. Leaves another yellow stone in play.
yeah, so that's a little bit surprising that that stone curled for Allison. We have noticed a bit of a trend with these red rocks.
We saw it earlier this morning, and no team with the Red Rocks has won on this sheet.
Yeah, so that may be a little bit of a unique stone, and if because nothing else is curled there as we've seen in that spot. So
Played it in practice.
Yeah, I know, but I can't. Like the only place I can be is here.
Yeah,
The only place.
that's our only out. I don't know if we just want to take that away. We can guard it to feel it out.
Am I calling time out here?
okay, so this is this is one of the earlier timeouts that we've ever seen here.
Yeah, second
called by
end
a
calling
team.
the timeout.
Really smart.
I think we need to put another rock in play.
Put another rock and play or take the end off
So they're just going to check with their coach, Earl Morris. Gets an appreciative clap from the crowd.
Pretty scary.
And there's nothing she can do with that to keep us from getting that one? Or
In
no?
off.
Okay.
We'd be in a lot of trouble.
I don't think she's, yeah, it's a tough in-off.
Just
What do you
miss it
think?
again then too.
Yeah.
Like the only place good I can put it is here or here.
What if you angle freeze on the red one?
That's just pretty perfect right now with
Yeah, to
a
keep her
lot
from-
of bad results if
Yeah.
I miss it by an inch.
Does it make any sense to try and hit and roll there? I suppose it could leave her a double.
I don't think I could leave her a double though. Well, I
Yeah.
guess, we're up here.
It's better
Yeah.
roll it too far. And if you roll right under,
We haven't seen the ice, that's
Right now this
Yeah.
isn't.
Don't mind the draw, but do we know the line for the out turn?
For the draw, yeah, it was my practice.
it's just
Yeah.
like it's got to be past it.
It's right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
I can throw exactly what I just threw in practice. Do you guys
Okay,
like
well,
it?
maybe bite
Okay,
the
you have
back.
to be past.
Yeah,
back
gotta be
4 foot.
passed. Bite the back 4.
Thank you.
Okay, line isn't that important as long as you're by it.
Yeah.
Gotta be at
If you're
least
here, she can hit and flop under. But I think we'd still be shot. I could still maybe try something.
Yeah, normally don't
As
see
long
that
as
timeout
it's
at this
behind it,
point,
we can't
but
leave a double here.
Yeah, but it was great awareness by the team that they were in a situation where Rachel was looking for confirmation on what her gut was telling her, and that is a great way to utilize the coach and just to confirm. She doesn't want to make any mistakes at this point, and she just wanted some good verification on the choices that she had in front of her.
it was interesting the comment about playing the freeze on the top one because
In practice, I think.
you think you'd play it. They go, there's a lot of things that could go wrong with it.
Yeah, we get a look at the U.S. bench. Derek Brown, Scott Baird, and Tara Peterson.
Native of Scotland, now turned American coach.
So the sweepers take this right away.
Can we freeze the top red?
Line's good.
Can we freeze the top red? Where?
Gotta go.
Whoa, it's on the red. Whoa.
Yep, get it there.
T-line.
No bounce.
Freeze
Well, they
it, guys.
didn't want to freeze because of the worry of what would happen if it bounced off.
Sweep, guys.
And they end up making a perfect corner freeze. So
It was a good communication stone for young curlers. That's an important one to know about. Wasn't what they called, but they still made a shot.
yeah, and I think that's all about playing the reality of what you're given instead of what you hope the rock's going to do.
But if she does, but then if we leave that, then we'll make it easier.
So now the U.S. is in the same situation as Canada was previously.
I still think we got it from here, don't you? You know, it can come on this side, but it doesn't finish at all on this side. So then she's just going to come down to us. At least here it finishes a little bit. What do you think?
I think either turn.
Do you
Because
like
there's
that as a
advantages
shot,
to
though?
having a thrower too.
Do you like that as a shot, though?
Yeah.
I don't want to leave her that.
But I like it.
Swoop so much this way, but I got to go out in the weeds a little bit to get there, don't I? Well, no, with the weight
not
it
really.
won't.
No,
With
because
the
it will
weight-
move at the end. Okay, this is where you draw the button.
Yeah, I need a little more than that.
Oh, so they've elected to try and close that scoring zone now.
Yeah.
Go back 4 foot.
Yeah, they realize that they're going to give up at least one here, but that would be a victory for the U.S. to hold Team Canada to a single point here with the hammer. So Allison's going to try and make that scoring area as small as possible for Rachel Homan. She's going to try and swoop in, and actually I think get as close to the red one on the button as the yellow rock on the button as possible. Maybe bite side of the button if she can.
Well, final stone, Allison Pottinger, second end without the hammer.
Stay close. Yep. Stay close. Yep. 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 You gotta go for line. Yep. Yep. Hard. Hard. Whoa. Close. Yep. You gotta get it by the top. Yep. Hard. Hard.
Well, they got off for a second. Did that cost them? They'll chip off and will roll into the side.
Which may give Rachel a shot at 3, but
Don't know.
It's
Now
a
the problem
little
is to
tough.
try and, they talked about which way to play for Team USA. Now Canada's got to try and get the 4 foot score too.
yeah.
It's like that's overlapping on that though.
So they're taking a look at Rachel's just going to throw the draw. She's going to get a little bit better than half forefoot
There's where Allie
for her second point.
Allie? Okay. Sorry?
It curled too center. And it was back here.
It'll be fine because it won't
So
move.
that might be tight ice, actually.
Okay. I'm worried. Like, if you think it'll curl.
It's my intern. I think we can give a little more.
Okay.
You throw the same? Same way that she just threw? You like that? Yeah, I think so. We haven't done as many rocks down here. It's for you to curl. Scary.
So the last rock of the second end is a draw to the forefoot.
We haven't really
Heard two different conversations going on there.
Yeah. So the front end discussing about what they think the speed is here.
It's true. That weight sounds good. I don't think it's going to be light.
So they've told Rachel she can throw the same weight as she threw on the other side. Thinking it's a little bit straighter and the rock will travel a little bit further.
Well, last stone, Rachel Homan trying to get a deuce. Needs the forefoot.
Line's good. Weight only. Line's perfect.
Sweepers just need to put this on the tee line.
Good, you got it. Take a look, take a look, take a look.
Well, just put it to the tee line. Rachel Homan right down to it. The crowd tells you she gets a deuce. So Rachel Homan and Team Canada, an early 2 in this one to lead the USA
Can you hold the broom down there?
by that margin.
Can I use your gripper? Yeah. Actually, it wasn't that bad.
Well, Scotland, China, right next door, and there's the rings for Cédia Louis. Chance to take the lead in this one with the hammer in the second. Got a force in the first. Now just hit rings, and as a skip, you love these ones.
Yeah, this looks very familiar to the first end of her game earlier today. She had a wide open draw.
Well, and she's out to help. It took 4 Chinese sweepers to win their game earlier against Korea. And this one, a little worried, but it's good into the ring, so 2 points for China. They lead 2-1 after 2, and now jump over Switzerland, the lone unbeaten team, taking on Denmark. Denmark, that one right on the button. A lot of red in there, though. Trying to go and draw in. Just needs the 8-foot to get a second point. Madeline Dupont, an 8-2 loss to Canada this afternoon. Cut down 5-0 early in that one. And is struggling in the event. Her and her sister, percentages are low, just can't seem to put the broom in the right spot. In this, they're trying to draw in. There's another case. Chips off of it and only had to get 8-foot. Comes up on the guard and only 1, so 2-1 Switzerland leads.
Hustle, Rachel. Let's go. Whoops.
So here we are, back in our feature game.
Top 4.
Rachel Homan calling Lisa Weigel to put that rock right in the rings. When you're up on the scoreboard, put the rocks in the rings. Up equals in, Luke.
Up equals in.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a new motto here. We'll write that down.
Up equals in. So, you know, you go back to the United States had called for their first rock in the rings. It came up short last end, and they ended up giving up a deuce. Score of a 2 to Team Canada.
Stretch, guys.
And
Just give me a 10.
Allison Pottinger from the United States electing to keep the things simple with that rock on the top button. Going to have Tabitha Peterson hit and roll.
Clean. Clean. Yep. 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 All the way. Yep. You gotta go hard, girl.
This one's really curling. Just pushes that Team Canada stone out of the rings.
Well, Canada has no problem in a hit game. They have the lead.
Yeah, they're happy to keep the play in the rings.
Pushed out a little harder, but didn't really extend.
Squeeze pretty good. A little. Gotta go a bit though.
Yeah, it looks light.
Top 8.
Hard, guys, get it in.
Top 12.
So really working those brushes. Just comes up a little light. All of a sudden you get a change in game plan. One half shot, and the U.S. is going to try and generate a little offense.
Find it interesting. They hit the one in the rings rather than put up the corner guard, and now they're drawing around to center. It doesn't seem with the last rock to try and generate points.
Yeah, you know, there's a couple ways you can go about it.
Got a lot?
Yeah, it's running.
Whoa.
A tick would be great.
Yep.
So
Right over, Nat. Yep. Right over. Keep it moving.
again, that was really good awareness. The sweepers thought the rock was a little deep in the ring, so they played the tick. I actually think the weight was coming off that, but it still would have been behind the tee line.
First of all, here. Yeah. Come on. Yeah.
Well, it gives a chance with that one after touching it. Opens things up. Gets it a little off the center line. Still might be a fairly open end.
Hard. Whoa. Close. Yep.
USA, of course, had the afternoon off.
Whoa. No roll.
After their first loss this morning in a back and forth game against Sweden. Really well played between the two.
Yeah, so Team USA is going to stick with their hit strategy here.
Clean. Clean. Close. Whoa. On its own. It's coming. It's coming. Very nice, Nat. Good job.
Well, trading blows back and forth. One stone in the rings. That one just tight to the house.
Throw board. Yeah. I think so.
So this is a little bit wider, but that same side of the ice that was very straight coming to the home end.
Yeah, it's just really, really straight over here. And you can see that's very little ice. They're only expecting that rock to curl an inch or two.
And throwing board weight at it, just
Yeah.
quiet hit weight.
As the Scots would call it, barrier.
Close. Yep. Whoa. 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 No. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Roll it. Hard,
Great
Lee.
sweep.
That's all you need.
Well, just a little inside flip, and
Pretty much the hat. Good. Yeah.
that's enough.
Throw it out of her hand. For some reason that side's really dying.
I think this gives a chance. You
You know?
either can draw behind, you could play the peel and just clear things out and say,
you could hit this and just roll here for now. What do you like?
I don't think.
I don't think we can play the hit roll.
So after some discussion, the teams decided to draw around those staggered yellow stones in the top of the rings and in front of the house. It's early in the end. I don't think there's any need to run the double peel at this point. There's no panic. Natalie Nicholson can put a good rock here in the rings for the United States, and they can start trying to generate their score of 2.
We got lots of weight, lots of weight.
This looks a little heavy here.
Okay.
well, it goes right through for coming in the top second percentage-wise, Natalie Nicholson at 86%.
Yeah, that's very uncharacteristic miss by Natalie.
Do you like that? Sure. Would you rather just throw this?
I like that too, whatever you want.
I think it's okay if you like bite the 4. I think if we're too deep, it's really bad. So if we go here and they try and freeze you, just slash it.
Okay, well, top 8. Okay. Just top 4 if anything. Okay, you got it up. Looks like it's quick. Yeah.
So great discussion there by Team Canada about how they're going to make this shot. Not just where to put it, but how they're going to make it.
Line only right now. No, no, then. T-line. Line's perfect.
Little heavy, Rach.
Gotta go a little.
Back 4. Don't want to.
Okay, then no. I don't want it back 4.
We're dying.
No, no, no. I hope so. No,
Well,
just bite.
curling a lot this way, so that would tell me the weight will come off. It comes down.
Yeah, no, there was no cleaning, no sweeping whatsoever on that shot, and it allows for the maximum amount of curl and for the weight to come off that. They were worried that it was back 4 if they had been cleaning or sweeping at all. So Rachel clearly communicating that they wanted that stone above the tee line.
Well, these freezes become more difficult because you have to be precise to put it right on the corner in front of the tee line.
Over there, yep. A little more, yep, 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 yep. Keep it moving, yep. Okay.
I think everyone was just a little fooled by that. The sweepers had called 7-8, which would have been tee line to just behind the tee out of her hand, and then it came up quite short of the rings there. You know, again, I would say uncharacteristic miss. We've seen these red stones create quite a bit of difficulty for every team managing them. You know, I don't like to blame the conditions. Try to put the responsibility into the players' hands, but that's a 12-foot
difference that they were expecting.
Yeah, so that seems to me to be a little strange.
Well, this one curling as well. They're trying to just get it into the rings.
Right.
They don't. Left those guards a little bit.
It's still it's you know, I know they didn't want it up there. They wanted it in, but it's still a tough situation for the United States. They need to put a good shot here.
Yeah, get shot stone right now, and all of a sudden the end is in a different position to try and get 2.
Yeah, they really need to get in, at least if not shot, then at least into a control position in the house. So half buried and.
Come on, you gotta keep going. Yep, you gotta keep going. Yep.
He's just diving all over the front, rolls off to the side. It is in a control position out in front. They separate some overlap.
I was full on that.
And by Nicole saying she was full, that meaning a little outside of the broom. As they discuss that, we'll jump over and see what's going on between Scotland and China. 2 teams just behind the 2 in our feature matchup at 2-2. Carrie Barr going out.
No, I'm not going to draw.
Be her out turn. Trying to draw in, facing a lot of guards out in front.
Yeah,
that's what she's looking at.
Staggered port on the outside of the sheet.
Just trying to have it curl up. Got on it early, get by, thereby now curl up, get the 4-foot. Very nice. Carrie Barr gets 1, so all knotted up at 2 for the 2-2-2 teams.
Great, girl. Anywhere I hit it, she's still drawing around.
Okay.
So I heard the comment, even if we hit it, they're still drawing around.
Yeah, so I think Rachel's elected to play the tap here on that stone on the center line.
Speed's nice here.
Yeah? Yeah, I just threw it light on my second.
Try and push this, get it a hair on the broom side of that center line stone, so take away the tap.
Yeah, even straight back, just keeping it right on center line.
I I think that one curled more than they expected.
Yeah, and I think that, you know, that right off, they pulled the brushes right off that stone, and it was a little bit lighter than they think they anticipated.
Well, I thought it was light the whole way.
A tap is typical on this ice. And you know the draw. So how much more is that?
Because this is where you were. This is what I gave you to cross center line, and you just bumped center line. Just a whole rock more.
Yep.
So it's there.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
heck,
gonna
even if you end
finish.
up back here, we'd be happier than what we
Yep.
got, right? Eh?
It's gonna move.
I think it's gonna be okay here. It's still stiff. Kinda.
So a
All
nice
right, ladies,
discussion
let's
there.
get a nice little red guy in there, eh? Oh, there's a
You
chunk
going
of
around it or tapping?
We're gonna go around it still.
Yeah, and got us to T. Okay. I'm still setting up. Even if we're
So the
back
really
eight,
great thing
just
about
stay
this
close to
curly
it the whole
spot
time,
is that
okay?
it's a curly spot, and that Allison does have a chance to bury a rock all the way underneath all of that. Slight wobble coming out of the hack there.
Question is, does she give herself enough ice to go out on the curly side? Allison's first, facing multiple Canadian stones. Got to get it past their own, get by. They'll touch it, roll in for second or third. They won't, it'll be fourth shot.
Just gotta keep going.
Just a little inside roll, and it could be very difficult to score.
Yeah, even if Rachel sits on the nose here, hitting on the nose will force Allison to play that tap through a port. There's a lot of good options for Team Holman here.
How much? No, normal. Okay.
So she's going to normal weight takeout. She's going to want to hit just on the inside a little bit. If she rolls just a half underneath, that'll take away the tap and make the draw really tough.
Well, Holman's final stone of the end. No roll inside, but nose accomplishes what she was looking for. See what Allison's made of with needing the clutch shot.
So they're going to play that tap.
You got it.
Well, a tap facing four.
So, try and make it up where we can.
How about this curly ice?
Think that looks pretty good?
So she needs to throw about back 8 weight here in order to make this tap.
No, it's like an 8, 9. We just want to tap it into the 4-foot. We're not really playing it into any. I mean, given the angle, it's probably going to go this way. You know what I mean? It's hard for me to get to nose.
I was gonna.
With more weight, though, I mean, I have to throw it like 9, 10. That last one was a 16, eh? Did you like that last one or leave it more? Leave it more.
Those are all times from her front end, and now need the execution. Allison Pottinger, final stone of this third end.
Back line. Just
So-
wait, just wait. Clean, wait.
Back line.
No, no. Clean, clean.
Stay close.
Close.
Whoa. Lots of weight. Lots of weight.
Well, needs to tap it to the 4-foot. Get lucky, tap it on, catch a piece of that one, roll it in. They knew they had lots of weight, and they catch it high side, tap it in. Pottinger on the board.
Yeah,
And that
was
reaction tells it all.
yeah. Well, that's a game saver, right? I mean, that's a game saver in the third end. You don't want to have to face those very often, but Allison stepped up to the challenge and made a fantastic shot to take her one there.
Roger, Dodger. Well, keep you up to date with Switzerland and Denmark. And look at all those yellows for Denmark, putting pressure on Benia Felcher, and Switzerland come in at 4-0. Denmark 1-3. As the intern draw quiet weight hit. As long as they get to the inside of that yellow one. Trying to pick up a single point. Make the nose, catch that back one, and it's good. They get their one. So 3-1. Switzerland leads. Denmark will have the hammer. As we will take another look at this final shot for Allison Pottinger of the third end. Another little wobble, but works out. She knew she had a little room for error if she hit this one with a little more weight on the high side, that being the side she aimed at.
Yes. And this just curls nicely right at the end.
Right angle, uses that one in the forefoot, and it is just the third end, but it is a game saver. You give up a steal there.
Well, I mean, she was looking at a steal of multiple points potentially if she doesn't navigate that that last shot.
It's a nice little three. Got a little room.
Well, 3 ends in, and U.S. needs to put a good end together. They
Coming hard.
will need to
Always up. Whoa, it's
pick
coming
things
hard.
up. They've been
Just grab it.
chasing that last end.
The last 2 ends actually,
Just
so
grab that little guy. Atta girl, Tad. That's just fine. Good job, girls.
Not surprised seeing that center line guard.
We don't have to make it so hard on ourselves.
yeah, the U.S. needs to just sharpen up their execution a little bit. They had essentially 5 missed shots in a row there in that last end, and that's what created the need for that fairly dramatic shot out of their skip.
So I believe we'll see the tick shot
yeah.
now.
Lisa's trying to play this curly turn again, and she's going to thunk this one pretty good, but the weight looks nice.
I think she's trying to tap it in so
Yep.
that she can have another raised double.
Yeah.
Can't
So,
remove that
and
one.
she's going to put it right to the dead zone in that back corner. Outstanding shot. I hope the statisticians give her full marks on that shot. So Tabitha Peterson from the United States is going to be asked to play a come around here.
She's third among the leads.
Yeah, she's a really steady player, Luke. Just makes a lot of shots, has great command of the weight and situations that she's put in.
Yep, 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 yep. Keep coming.
Again,
Yep,
seeing a
keep
lot
coming.
of the
Yep,
come-arounds
yep.
playing on this, coming to what they call the home end in the even ones, playing that out turn.
Yeah, they're just playing most of those come-arounds off the boards. I think you'll see corner guards go to the other side of the ice as well, just to
More rotation.
use the natural curl in the sheet in your favor.
So Lisa Weigel, her second shot.
Little tight. She's gonna.
See if they can make something of those ones, and they'll continue to spin, but won't spin either of them in.
Through, Wallies. Okay.
I don't know how to get. I think we gotta go this way.
Again, choice of turns. Deciding to go the out turn. Natalie Nicholson. Her low game of the tournament, 80%. High at 90, 86 cumulative.
Okay.
Yeah, very experienced player, Natalie. Very used to playing at the World Championship level.
Her ninth trip.
2010, yeah, 2010 Olympian.
Atta girl. Very nice.
There's no way that your rocks are the same as her rocks.
Just got to eavesdrop on a little chatter there out of Nicole Jornstad about these red rocks, which have,
They're not the first team to have some issues with them.
yeah. So, but with that was a great shot by Natalie Nicholson. Well iced, well swept, well thrown.
Now the run back here, Allison Kreviazik. And we'll just peel that one off. 81%. Steadily climbing up, tied for 4th at the second throwers.
Wow. 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 就往外甩呢，擦擦。
啊？
Another well-placed guard by Natalie.
Nice job. Good shot.
Natalie played lead for an awful long time, so she was probably pretty familiar with that shot.
Throwing the guard. It's a tough one to play with that amount of curl. Put the broom in the right spot and make that draw, make the guard protect that one perfectly.
Yeah. And especially if they are dealing with some unique granite out there, that maybe they don't move the exact same as each other. You got to take into account when you're skipping in that situation, you've got to take into account the tendency of the player, the reality of the ice, and the tendency of the stone. It's a lot for Allison to keep track of. Allison Pottinger, not Allison Kreviazik, who we're looking at right now. But
I just tried that run back and just grazed it. Shooter rolled over a little bit. Still leaves it out in front. Look how close she is. She will move it. Not sure if it touched her, just with the wind moved that one over a bit.
Okay, hang on. Line's clean. Just clean.
Whoa.
Clean.
Whoa.
Whoa, line's a little tight. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, over and up. Whoa.
No, 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 no.
They have a second guard to use, so they could leave a little bit of a hole. This one is curling, and again, case maybe they're
I don't
not
like
putting.
those rocks.
Took the words out of my mouth.
No reason
I was going to say it a little differently.
yeah,
Would make sense maybe to swap a pair with Natalie. That's her pairs seem like they curled the same amount both shots.
yeah, and Allison seems to be setting the broom down really well for Natalie's shots. Yeah, if I was trying to manage that set of stones, I would probably take that pair. I would put that pair in my third's hands. So, but with that miss, Emma Miskie's got a chance to play the hit and flop underneath these
Just
guards.
a little roll. And that's what their tendency is all week when they've seen a mistake against them. They've taken advantage.
Yeah. She gets a wry smile out of Emma Miskew here because they just made it by that top guard.
Well, they get another look at it. So close to that front, and a different atmosphere for them in their second World Championship last year. In Latvia, you're not the home country. You come from playing your Canadian Championship. Lots of bodies cheering on you and cheering on your squad. And then go to a quieter venue.
Guys, hard, guys, hard, guys, hard, guys, hard, guys, hard. Come on, keep coming, keep coming.
Trying to go around it, and in between, either you get off, you try and freeze it, or you go around.
Yeah, and Nicole Jornstad, the third for the United States, looks very frustrated as we take a quick peek over into Scotland, China in the fourth end.
China looking good again, another opportunity. Score 2 at the hammer, get a force. They've done that.
Yeah, this team
2 forces
settling
already.
in. This team settling in nicely here at the World Championships after a tough opening game.
And there it is, the hit. There's that biter on the side, comes into play. A lovely biter for the second counter, and a 4-2 lead. Textbook curling. Score 2 with the hammer, get forces without.
Yeah, it's a good situation if you can generate that.
Gotta get up.
Here, Emma Miskew trying to...
So just a hair more weight here. Goes into a nice spot, though.
Perfect, huh?
I think one of the nice things you're hearing out of Rachel Homan's team is a lot of positive communication. Nice shots, you threw it well, I didn't give you enough ice. Rachel taking a lot of responsibility. It's nice watching her mature out there as a leader, and just hearing how well this team communicates.
Halfway. It's just coming. Get up to nose and then, I mean,
Nice adjustment on your last.
thanks.
I just wanted to make sure, so we disrupted a little bit too much. But
Yeah.
Big difference.
Nice halfway.
So Allison looking for nice hack weight here. So she wants just to bounce this rock through the rings. Kind of nuzzle up next to the other Canadian counter in the top 8 foot.
Well, got to get past the front. And I think those misses in the middle, but with Nicole Jornstad is confusing Allison of where she needs to put the
Yeah,
broom.
I actually think that one might have grabbed something. That stone might have picked a little bit. That just,
Yeah, we can do that. So we
that
leave
wasn't
the
that
wire.
smooth
Sure what's up.
curl we've seen, that kind of steady break we've seen over on that side.
So quick. You know what I mean? Like, it looks
Look
good
at the
when it's
standings
quick.
right now. Coming in, Sweden has a bye at 4-1, then Canada, US right behind. The winner of this will tie them in the Switzerland 4-0, followed closely by those 3-2 teams.
Yeah, and one of these teams is going to drop to 3-2, tied with.
Got to be careful. They don't lose drop down. The loser of this will have 2 losses. And you look at 3 normally is what you're looking for to get the playoffs. 4 and 5, you need a little bit of help.
Yeah, 4 and 5 losses. Very doable, I think, in this field as far as kind of what we're seeing across the boards, and see who pairs up against who in the upcoming draws. But you never want to be a team that requires help from someone else. You wanna dictate your own destiny, and so. I love this shot call by Rachel Homan. This is great ice awareness that those 2 staggered rocks in front of the 4 foot do not need any adjustment. Lots of teams would play the tap and put the play right into those rocks.
And right to the back of the rings. And the sweepers knew that Nicole would be on that one to try and sweep, and they said, ah, she'll take it. We'll save a little energy.
Yeah.
And then, like, back 8, they can hit and roll under the shot.
I had to be the voice of reason on the other side, too.
It's fun.
Can't really get under anything. I mean, I'm going to nose this, and that's not going to leave me anything.
Well, maybe Ricky-ish can hit over there. The way it curls.
You play the hit and roll.
I mean, or we gamble it all, tap this sucker straight back, right? Even if he sits right here. I hate to do it, you know what I mean?
Right. I'd rather, yeah.
Yeah, the U.S. acknowledging that all of their options are not ideal. The rock placement definitely in Team Canada's favor.
She might still have, I think she still has a drop for 3. But we could maybe try to hit roll here, where she has to play us, which I
Well, as they'll talk about it, we'll jump over sheet D, Switzerland and Denmark. Swiss a 3-1 lead, and Madeline Dupont, she's seeing a lot of red. She's been faced with a lot of opponent rocks, and
She
here,
needs a hit and a stick here for her one.
well, get the hit and the stick. And there's the 1 facing 4, but it goes on the scoreboard as 1 for Denmark. 3-2 there through 4 ends.
9 at it. You know what I mean? Like throwing that same weight at it.
Yeah.
What do you think? I mean, I don't want to gamble the house right away. Could tap to 7. If we freeze even on that guy, we don't count the one that's beside him.
No.
There's the hit and roll, but
Is it? Could we throw that into the draw around the 7? That's a straight turn. That's good. You're going
I
out
mean,
wide.
it's straight, but I don't think there's a whole lot of room. And if you tick that, I think.
It's probably easier
Yeah, but
to
the rub
rub
is
off
slight
than-
because the rub goes on top of there. And then
I mean, I guess if I was going to do something like that, I mean, that's as easy, isn't it? I mean, that port's a rock wide.
Is there a double there off the top one?
Run it in?
No. I mean, the outside. You get such a thin
Real
contact
skinny?
in the top one.
Yeah, almost have to play to whip it.
What do you think, ladies?
I kind of like the draw now, to be honest with you.
Yep, then turn draw there. Yeah.
You just have to be. Well, you know what I mean? Even if we get back.
Well, the coach's recommendation wasn't something they were talking about really before.
See how it looks. I'm asking them to go look in the hack because it's one thing when you're looking head on, but.
Yeah, so Derek Brown, coach for the United States, gave them the option of playing the in-turn, that very straight side of the ice, draw to
Right
basically
over the word fusion.
Yeah, right through that U there, and split the T line.
I don't even go wide enough to hide.
Well, it
behind
wants to
those
split
suckers. We've
the
tried
F
that a
and the
couple
U
times.
to
There's
draw
no-
into the
there's
side of
no
the
down here when you get
forefoot.
down here than up there. So it's a little bit straighter, you think?
Yeah, and you get a look at from the long view here. That is a tough visual as a skip to believe that your draw is going to go that straight.
All right, stay with it.
Not a big hole, but
It's there.
if it curls, it's almost a little easier than
Yeah.
being straight at this on this side of the ice.
Yep, all the way. Yep,
They knew they could play a little tick off that one if it's hanging out there.
Yep, never stop, yep.
Brushers, Tabitha Peterson, Natalie Nicholson working really hard
Doesn't have
on
the
this
weight
shot.
to get there.
Looks a little light.
And different spot. And it will hardly move that guard.
Just such a guess.
And a draw now to hit the paint for 4.
Yeah, I mean, we threw it.
Over here, eh?
Yeah, you know this pass. It's a draw pass.
Just too many misses here in this one for the U.S. And it'll lead to a chance for Rachel Homan to score 4. Break this thing wide open.
Yeah, Team Canada pouncing on every opportunity on half shots and misses by the United States.
It all started with a great hit and roll by Emma Miskew.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
Even earlier than that, Lisa Weagle's tick/tap to the dead zone.
Well,
This is,
Kreviazuk, Weagle trying to get it there. Just need a biter. And they used almost all of what they had to get to score 4 as the red, white, and green here on St. Patrick's Day. Maybe a little luck of the Irish, the Canadian way to lead 6-1.
That was minimal. I'm not sure about 68 fast math. It's hard to throw more than that and believe in it.
I hear ya. All right, well, let's set up some corners and shoot.
Well, a deuce in the second, the force, and now a 4 in 4 for Team Canada. They put together the shots that they needed, even with an early miss in the end, too.
Yeah, and, you know, we can go back to that second end, that timeout, that really unusually called timeout by Team Canada to help make sure everyone was on the same page, that they liked their options, had their coach come out and talk to them,
I just kicked out a little harder, but yeah, still need to extend.
make sure everyone was comfortable.
Well, we'll say this. The Red Rocks have been a challenge for lots of teams in this event. They have yet to win, and Allison Pottinger has had some trouble and put the broom in a perfect spot for Natalie Nicholson on 2 shots, and then
yeah, and it's not even close for her third. So
so she's been fighting that, and they won't use it as an excuse. They put the broom in the wrong spot. They haven't been able to pick up on a few things throughout.
Not trying to kill you.
So because Canada's up, they're going in.
Yep. When you're up, you go in.
And when you're down, you're going to put corner guards out in front.
Yeah, and the U.S. is going to have to do everything they can to generate some offense, generate what I like to call a lot of traffic in front of the house. And with that, they're going to have to execute.
Yep. Just right here, girls. Keep coming a little bit more. There you go. Good job. That's good, Tab.
So for U.S. right now, just focus, try and score a 2.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to do things simply. You need to generate your deuce. I mean, you'd obviously love to get an even more crooked number in a 3 to hang on the board, but you have to score 2 before you can even think about scoring 3, and that's going to require a couple of corner guards and some really excellent rock placement from here on out.
Well, not an ideal pair.
No, we've seen those angles damage some great teams before. That exact angle lost Randy Furby, the Briar.
Gave up a 3 in the 10th end, 2004 in Saskatoon.
Yeah, so Rachel wanted those rocks frozen right on top of each other, one directly in front of the other.
Well, now trying to keep these ones even with each other, knowing who's throwing the peels against them. They are very accurate. And now they get to go. They're a solid front-running team. They put together an aggressive end with the hammer, made some nice finesse shots, but now they get to throw hits, and
yeah,
they're deadly when they come to play these.
Yeah, so second, Allison Kraviatsuk will throw an in-turn, clockwise rotating peel.
Peel. Yep. Hard. Clean. Clean. Great sweep, guys.
Well, the peel of that one, and Rachel Holman trying to get on another streak. They went undefeated in the Canadian Championship, didn't throw their last stone in any of those games, hasn't thrown their last rock in any game here, one being a loss.
Yeah. And it's going to take a Herculean effort by the United States at this point to force Rachel into throwing her last rock. But it is doable. It is very early in the game. We're not even to the halfway point.
You got to keep picking away, and it's a tough one to be patient.
Yeah, you don't want to panic over much. I know it's 5 points. That's a lot to make up on the scoreboard, but.
Oh no, it was no big deal. She wasn't that ready.
Look in Scotland and China. Carrie Barr. That red Scottish stone right on the button, looks like a draw down to it, right to the face, and they can get a second point, tie the game up. But needs to come up at the end. Has the backing with those yellow stones, little tap, tap, and the broom in the air, the salute. It's all good. A deuce, and Scotland ties things up as they head to the 5th end break. Winner of this game will be tied with the loser of our feature game, U.S. and Canada. As it is just Monday of day 3 of the event, but Lots of movement to happen in the standings, and never too early to look and see where you sit and what you need to do.
Yeah, this is a good time for teams to start taking control of that leaderboard that we've taken a look at.
How's the weight, girls?
So the U.S. has asked for a draw in here. I think this might be a little bit early, but
5, 6. Whoa. Yep, yep.
Try and come in, maybe get a mistake. No, they got to move a couple of stones.
That's good there. Don't sit it
yeah.
That's good. Hey, Nick.
So now this gives Rachel a chance. She's going to make a choice. She's
Just a guard.
she's just appealing the guard. Rachel's happy to have the play brought all the way into the rings. I think the U.S. sort of might have come in just a rock or two too early there.
Well, they talked about the guard. They're a little wide, and when things are going your way, they work out that way. Easy roll perfectly in front, gets rid of the stagger, and lies 3. A little bit of a grin there from Rachel, knowing got fortunate with that one.
Yeah, and
Do you like a 10?
you throw good weight, though, good things can happen. And
Let's go this way with a 10.
that was one of the options for Rachel. That's why she played that shot the way she did. And
well, just of note with those 2 corner guards, when Rachel Holman went out to peel them, she went and peeled the one that would curl on the curling side.
Absolutely.
So this come around is much more difficult now.
yeah, she, again, exhibiting lots of ice awareness.
That's fine.
Which corner was more dangerous than another? That was a great shot there by Nicole Jornstad.
I don't mind picking it.
Well, there's a look down the sheet. So they peel the one on the right-hand side, making the out-turn come around more difficult. And you can't really go wide enough with the in-turn to go around it.
No, it would be very tough the way this sheet moves.
Sure. Throw peel.
So Rachel's just going to get rid of that corner.
One dead straight.
Oh no, she's playing the pick here.
Hard.
Oh no, she is peeling the corner. Sorry,
Just
that's
an
negative
interesting
ice.
way, just throwing that in-turn on the inside edge of that rock. You just naturally think the out-turn.
Yeah, so she fooled me. As I was talking about her ice awareness, I should pay more attention.
Right on this guy.
Yeah, this is a nice shot call here by Allison. She's going to use those Canadian stones against Canada, use them to hold her stones in the rings. We'll see if they can get a little more production out of Nicole's rocks here. So just a little heavy, but it's curling up nicely.
Yeah, a little tap. Important that they had the angle on it.
Good shot.
Good job. Yeah. I knew it would move hard, so I just gave a little extra rotation. Even if I get under. Yeah. Do you want to throw peel? What? Yeah.
With that little bounce, gives enough separation to get rid of him. With nose, maybe clip the side one.
Yeah, I don't think Rachel would mind losing her own. And if
Peel? You want to roll in there? Yeah, let's try and roll under. Okay. No
so, yep, she's basically playing the double and roll under.
Get rid of it. It's not even shot. Okay, doesn't matter. Okay. Peel. Whoa. Whoa, Allie.
Well, nothing laid to this from the sweepers.
Okay.
Well, nose it. Sit in front. They don't lose the back yellow, but at the same time, it's another stone in the rings. The U.S. will try and use, but
Oh, another sheet. Oh.
Play that. Can I roll my shooter enough?
I don't think so.
best cases here.
Yep. Then she'll play that one. That's high. Then you have to play the double for 2.
We're looking to see who's
Wait,
second
is that
and
if you're trying
third
to draw,
shot.
let her play with the
Looks
front.
like second shot
Which
is
means
that
it's hard for
redstone.
us later on to get
Yeah.
to use that guy.
Right. Kind of almost want to be like hang it out a little bit here.
Yeah, because then she can't
Attempt
really
to-
use it.
Yeah.
But if she freezes on us, she's got to
So
make
hard,
it though.
We might get something there too. You know, like we might force something. Like if you
Yeah.
get something good here, it moves so hard here, it's hard to play. And then if she does chip that down.
So Team USA taking a look at some of their options.
When they used their timeout last end, so it's been used from both sides actually.
I just don't want to get in the way. You got it, Al.
So Allison's electing to draw around those 2 rocks in the top of the house.
Can't get second shot if I hit the top one. I can only get 1. I can't roll enough to get second or even potentially third. If we could get 1 and 3, you know what I mean, that'd be all right. But
So she's going to try and generate her score of 2
I could double those.
by teasing Rachel into maybe showing her half a rock on that outside
All right.
and hope for a miss or a half shot out of Rachel.
So first of skip stones, Allison Pottinger.
7, 8, girls. 8's okay.
Yep. You can go if you need to.
Whoa, whoa,
Line's coming hard.
whoa. We gotta go.
Line's starting to come hard, guys. Yep.
Well, this is the side that has been curling a lot.
Yeah.
Struggled to put the broom in the right spot, get it past their own. They're by,
Okay, whoa, whoa, whoa.
and right to the top of the 4-foot. There, they got it in the right spot.
Yeah, that's a great shot.
Okay. Good job.
Well, it's in front of the tee line too. A freeze doesn't get shot stone for Team Canada.
Tim Sandwich goes, I hate your stones. I'm like, oh dear. You're just sitting on them, I think, so much.
Yeah. I like this.
Was it gonna? There's a little bit of separation. Is she looking maybe get a bit of drag effect?
She is. So Rachel's going to throw big weight at this. She's going to hit that basically right where the broom is and make the double on those stones.
Whoa, oh.
Well, they're looking for the drag, and it goes over the top. Not quite. Because there was that separation, I don't think it... With the drag being, if 2 stones are touching, they're going to act basically as one.
I think I had to hit nose. I don't know if it was there.
Yeah, so just, yeah.
Hit nose.
She needed to hit nose and needed to curl a little bit more.
Not really.
Just that little bit of separation caused it to change the angle, and
Yeah.
it's just...
Yeah, and this is what the USA is going to have to do if they're going to come back in this game. They're going to have to force Rachel to make really difficult shots and get a half shot out of her. And Allison's got a chance to put 2 points on the board going into the 5th end break.
A little cleaner.
She made a great first rock. That one
Yeah.
getting by,
Well swept, well called.
Starting to bend hard, so stay with it.
Yep.
and
it's
just needs a
moving hard.
good 12-foot piece of the 8, and we'll get
Yep.
a 2 and cut the lead in half.
14-7. 14-7. All you guys.
Just guiding this one, and look at continue to curl.
Wow, that curls a lot there.
So they get their 2. The first multiple point score for the U.S. They're still trailing, but it's now 6-3 heading to the 5th end break.
I do kind of feel like I'm chucking them.
Yeah. I feel like you are too. You're slow. What are you getting for splits?
Great.
I don't think it's going to be light. Take a look, take a look, take a look.
Just to look back at a couple of the great shots here by the skips in the first couple ends. Rachel's draw for 2 points in the second end. And then skip from the United States, Allison Pottinger, playing a tap against 4 counter stones to the top of the button. In the fourth end, Team Canada with essentially a wide open draw for a 4th point here with the hammerstone. Ended up requiring a lot of work by front end Weigel and Kraviatsik to get that 4th point and take a 6-1 lead going into the 5th end. In the 5th end, the United States scored 2 points. Tighten up that scoreboard, 6-3 at the break. We're going to take a quick peek over onto sheet 4, Switzerland and Denmark. Binja Felcher from Switzerland with her last rock. Looking for a hit and stick for a single point. And a 4-2 lead going into the 5th end break. Quick check of the scoreboard across the sheets. Scotland and Canada all tied up playing the 6th end. Czech Republic having difficulty getting on the board, down 0-5 to Germany playing the 5th end. And again, Switzerland up 4-2 at the 5th end break.
It's got to be Frost. All right.
We're smarter than that.
Okay, so throwing 2 guards, coming in on nets, but we're not going like it's the 10th and all the marbles, right? I mean, you know, because we just worked hard to get back in it a little bit. I don't want to give it up right away type deal.
Yeah.
Either. I mean, I can throw a top 4. No, I'm kidding. Poor Scott. Poor Scott.
She just wants to play with.
Great judging in that one. That was really good.
It was a wild guess.
Well, I know
We hadn't seen it.
because we shifted
Oh,
over
but it was
to
great
the
for them.
bit.
Like, it was, boom,
And it
taking
was
charge.
never even close. It was just, thank you very much. Right in the
Well, look at the numbers through the first 5 ends and the 6-3 score. 92 top to bottom there, percentage, draws and hits. Well, 70s for Team USA, and anytime you're facing those numbers, it's going to be a challenge. No stolen points in the first 5 ends, the big 4. The difference in the game between Canada, US, and North American battle here in draw 8. Both teams coming in at 3-1.
Yeah, this is a big game for both teams, this continental contest here. And Team USA made some nice moves there in the 5th end to pull within 3.
Well, the U.S. will have the morning off tomorrow. Then there are 2 games. They'll take on Russia and Switzerland, so 2 more big games, including this morning they played Sweden. So this is a
Yeah, it's
this
a tough
really
run.
tells how their week's going to be. Is these 2 days, today and tomorrow. A loss here means they're 0-2 on the day, and they probably need 2 wins tomorrow. Whereas Team Canada tomorrow takes on Latvia, and then gets Scotland in the evening draw.
Yeah, this is definitely a tough stretch of the draw for the United States, playing arguably the 4 top teams of the top 5. And
well, it will test them. See what they're made of, and 85% for Tabitha Peterson. You heard the strategy. Put the
Yep.
first 2 out in front. Not the one she was trying to mess with her coach by saying we'll go top 4 foot.
Right.
Get her over towards
That was a
center line.
joke.
Keep her moving towards center line. Keep coming.
Keep coming.
So
There you go. That's good. That's good. Good work.
the long guard goes up first, and Rachel Homan will have Lisa Weigel play that tick shot again.
Yeah, not afraid to play this at any point in the game. Some teams don't like to play it at this stage. They'd rather bring theirs into the house.
I think with a 3-point lead and the hammer, this is, you know, there's no better time than to try this.
And made to perfection, pushes it off to the side. Doesn't quite roll the shooter off, so not perfect, but pretty darn good.
Yeah, it's pretty darn good. USA needs to put a guard back up there, highest spot in the rings, make the peel as tough as possible, hopefully creating a potential bounce. But if Team Canada holds true to form, they'll try that tick again.
Well, with the first one off, now you put a halfway guard. Normally you're trying to put a long and a
Long
tight.
and tight. Yep. This slips a little deeper than halfway. Just even with Ford Fusion logos. Lisa Weigel gets a little more ice here for this shot because this rock is a little bit further back in the play.
More ice, and I think she throws a little bit less weight.
Great sweeping there.
Well, Quiet Weight taps that one in, leaves the Yellowstone as the shooter. It may seem, oh, you leave a centerline guard and the U.S. is going to utilize it. Canada doesn't fear that because they will play the run back right away.
Yeah, they'll play those run backs without fear and quite accurately. But again, it was not a perfectly executed shot. It was a half shot. This is when the U.S. needs to really execute. Now, we're pretty sure that they've switched up their pairs of rocks here. So Natalie's got the curly pair now.
That's right. I just want to get by. Yep. That's good.
And full sheet scrub pulls that rock to the back 12.
We need to be standing on another sheet. Really? I could try and slash. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I give you edge. What do you have on that? 75.
Well, you know, with that, so, you know, the USA realizes they've got 2 rocks that might be curling a little bit more than the others. They might want to use the straight side to manage those rocks instead of putting curly rocks on the curling side of the ice. You know, I would like to have, you know, I wonder if the U.S. had that discussion at the 5th end break when they were talking about the rocks and moving them around. You know, this is when I think you've got to really start thinking hard about how you manage the stones you have.
Well, looking to peel that one into the 2 reds and right through the hole. Splits the uprights.
Yeah, Allison Kraviatzik's probably disappointed with that, but that's still a great shot. Just peeling that guard off.
Well, and the interesting thing, if they hold that one a little more, she probably gets both.
Yeah.
And instead it goes through the hole. Can't have everything going their way.
Yeah, and you know, I think it's a smart call to not up on that shot and play just the straight run back on the back to the back 12. They wanted to get the angle or open it up.
Line's nice. It'll sit down. It'll sit down.
Oh, here they are using that
The straighter side. Yeah.
Good job. Nice work, ladies.
And I think if they did mix up the pairs, then Natalie would be throwing those stones that over curled for Nicole Jorenstad. Well, we'll take a look, and a lone yellow Germany stone in the back of the 4-foot. And a Kubaskova, an opportunity here to get back in this one.
Yeah, and
use those red ones.
That's been all Germany so far.
I think if she gets to the nose, an opportunity here to score 4. Well, right to the nose, avoid your own. Nicely done. Kubaskova gets 4. As they confirm it, yes, it is. Nope. They bring out the stick for the measure. It is 4. And moves that stick a long way. So it's 4 and a 5-4 game after 5 ends.
Stay with it. 6. Line's okay. Wait only. Wait only. Whoa. Only at the end. All by itself. All by itself. Coming nice. All by itself. All by itself. All by itself. Above T. That a girl. Nice shot.
Well, utilizing after that peel, ended up hitting it right on the nose.
Yep. So Emma Miskew is going to try and play the run back here.
Well, again, trying to get that one in the rings. I'll run it right back. We'll pick the one out. Shooter stays just off center line. U.S. lying 2. This is the type of end that they were wanting. They wanted to force Canada to chase them a bit. They're playing the run backs.
Yeah, they want to up the level of difficulty on Canada's shots. And U.S. is doing that really well this end. And it's because they're making their shots. They are executing their shots as called, which is...
Well, top part of the rings leaves it a little open, but enough that even a hit could jam onto that back red.
Right. Well, this is a situation where Rachel's got to make a choice. Team Canada's got to make a choice. Do they go after the rocks and the rings, or do they try and open it up?
Okay. Looks familiar. Yeah. It's be hard to roll. I like stay close. Be good.
Look at those numbers.
Yeah, having quite a game.
Well, gets 2 it, avoids the jam. Roll over.
Really, that was a very well executed shot. Sticking with their plan, the hit and roll. Put a rock, a second counter out there, potentially.
Well, continues their near perfect play.
Yeah, I wonder where she lost 2 percentage points. I don't know exactly how the stats work, but
2%.
yeah. So I'll let you think on that for a little while, Luke.
It's making me hurt thinking that hard.
So Allison's going to play this come around here. Team USA sits shot 1 on the side 8-foot just behind the tee line. They're going to want to put this one on top 4 under cover of that center guard. This looks a little hot.
It needs to pick up some of that curl on that side of the ice. Saw the lower numbers at 60 for Allison. This one's got to stop. Needs to be second shot stone. Needs to stop, but it'll keep going. And had played the entire end, was in good position. And the mistake there from Allison.
Yeah, just a hair overthrown.
It's a bummer to get
A straight stone?
one. I threw 91.
I like both shots. It's whatever you like.
If she buries, I'm going to have a tough time getting it out. Right?
Okay.
And she's down 3, so I think
She's probably going to go for it.
Yeah.
Look at this. It's top 4.
she can't give up 2.
Yeah. Just, yeah, we don't want to be too deep because then she might have...
It explains a lot, though, because
Yeah, like bite the
I know, but that's just a bummer to find it now. I mean, like,
hit this, and she buries, you're throwing a run.
you know, we needed to be second.
Or 1, sorry.
Well, I don't mind this. She's
gonna
got
make the
to
draw.
throw it pretty perfect, right? And try and follow her down.
Yeah, it does curl
Yeah,
hard
it
here. You
does.
can throw hard.
I don't want to roll in though.
Yeah, I
wanna
like
make
a
sure.
hair rolling out. I like
Okay.
this. Yeah.
I think there with like
Make a
board,
tough shot.
really not curling.
Yeah.
Well, and the two shots they're looking at
Let's go, Rach.
talked about this hit. Then they looked at what if we play around because
That's what.
Allison might go for it.
Yeah, I think Allison's going to have to go for it. I'm not, you know, she may have a couple of options depending where this Team Canada stone ends up, but
Board. Just sit right there. Yeah.
it's a tough choice to go around a yellow center guard against Rachel Homan, though.
Yeah.
When she has hammer, the run back is.
I'll put it to you. Where did she lose 5%? Her last shot of the last end.
Yeah, yeah, it has to be. I think she was 100% before then.
Well, the hit will hang around enough to be second shot.
And with both those rocks fully under cover, the choice is made for Allison. I think Rachel wanted to leave some of that rock showing and tease Allison to play a hit. But
You know, so I think this is safe probably.
Sounded a little afraid of having to play after a stone behind that centerline guard.
yeah,
Al, do you like that or do you want less?
We're gonna sink it. I mean, there's nothing else to do, right? This much less. Your rocks are straight. Six then. By the way, just so you know, I'm gonna assume this guy is real similar.
Well, Allison Pottinger
That's good. 7, 8. Hang on then, right
down
off. No line.
3.
7. No line. Close,
Needs this
ready to
one
move.
in a good steal
Whoa, not to the
position.
end, not to the end.
Has to steal or force. Can't afford another big end.
Close, stay close to it. Stay close. Yep. Yes! Yes! Yep.
Got to get this one buried. Take it right down to the button.
Good job. Nice weight.
See,
yeah, well thrown rock. I think Rachel can see part of that, and the way it curls there. She's just going to play just through weight to hack weight.
just through. Is the call there. You see that one right on the button. Well, the touch extra would be because of the curl in this spot?
The second, Allison Koryatsik said that the weight's coming down just a bit, so it's just a little slower. So she was just communicating that to her skip.
Easy. Whoa, go. Yeah. Whoa. Whoa.
Lead's good.
Stay close.
Close.
Yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Lead's good. Just
Clean
clean
it. Clean it.
Clean. Clean.
Well,
Make sure it's through.
have it curl up enough. Get a good chunk of it. And look at that. Right to. And that'll do it. That'll be the end of it. The U.S. goes down to defeat as they concede victory to Team Canada with the outturn tap for 3.
And the legend of the Red Stones on Sheet A continues. They have yet to win a game. Team USA valiantly shuffled those rocks to try and generate some made shots. It's just a little too little, a little too late. Really great execution out of Rachel Homan and her squad, Team Canada, for some big scores. 2 points, then 4 points, then 3 points, all with the hammer.
I like Russia, I think, tomorrow morning. So. Okay. You guys been running off?
Tomorrow Tuesday? No. We got morning and night.
So we're going to take you over to Sheet B, Scotland and China. An update from the second end, I believe, here. And we're with the Scotland-China game live. We're at Skip's last stone for China. Sedia Louis from China will be playing a delicate hit on a Scotland counter, sitting top 4. Well-executed stone that hangs on for second count, which will force Scotland into taking a single point. Scotland needs a little better than full 12 foot to outcount those 2 Chinese stones. Skip carry bar. Scotland's front end just guiding this rock into the 4 foot. Well thrown. After 7 ends, Scotland trailing China by 1. China takes the hammer into the 8th. We'll do a brief update on Switzerland, Denmark. Skip Madeline DuPont from Team Denmark. Last stone in the 6th end. Is playing an in-off. Hit and roll against. And with that hit and stick on the outside, she does not get the roll, and Switzerland gets the steal of 1 to take a 3-point lead, playing into the 7th end. Back now to Sheet B, Scotland versus China. 8th end in a tight game. Barbara McPake having a really nice game at 93%. They're going to want this stone somewhere in front of the rings, try and score in the 8th end, tie this game up.
No, it's not. Stop.
The sweepers are just communicating the sliding a little too far.
Yeah, that's true. No, no, just leave it. Sorry. Okay. I got a really fast flip for that.
So top of the 12-foot, Ray Wang, 95% so far in this one. And this has been a back and forth battle between Scotland and China. It's an important one standings-wise, knowing the U.S. has lost. They dropped to 2 losses. Don't want to fall any further behind.
No, and whoever wins this game pulls into a tie with Team USA and I believe Team Russia in the standings. And that's a big move up the scoreboard today for one of these two teams.
And if you remember, it was Scotland started 0-2. So a win here would be significant.
Nice and close. Yep, nice and close. Nice bait, Babs.
Well, the centerline guard goes out in front. Here, China with the 1-point lead. As you see the standings, as we sit now, Canada, Sweden, 4-1, right behind Switzerland. Switzerland leading their game, while Korea, Russia, and the U.S. all at 3-2 on that front page of the leaderboard.
Yeah, and as we said, Scotland or China is going to join those 3 countries at 3-2. And the Czech Republic or Germany is going to get their first win today. So a nice shot by Ray Wang from China to draw around that centerline guard. Might be a hair deep, allowing Team Scotland to play a freeze. Rhiannon McLeod.
Was a member of that 2011 World Junior Championship squad. She played lead that year for Eve Muirhead, and then also played at the World Women's Championship as lead for Anna Sloan.
Yes, and Anna Sloan recently, most recently, 3rd for Eve Muirhead, reigning world champion and Olympic bronze medalist.
The 2011 year was interesting for Scotland, as Anna Sloan, who played with Eve Muirhead for years, and members of that team played with Anna Sloan, actually beat Eve Muirhead for the Scottish title, went to the Worlds, and then Eve Muirhead went as the alternate. So it was a mixture of teams there. But this Scottish team getting an excellent opportunity with the adjustment in the system, having Eve and her team focus purely on the Olympics and kind of taking the Worlds out of the mix for them. Very nice. Jinli Liu doesn't get rid of the one, but pushes out into the 12-foot. They lie 2.
Yeah, and there's no centerline guard. There's shot 1 and 2. That was an outstanding shot by Team China. They have the hammer. There is no traffic in front of the rings.
Rhiannon McLeod. They're trying to keep their win streak going. They've won 2 in a row, trying to make it 3. And the nose hit. They'll lie 1st and 3rd, but that's just going through the process. China's going to try and just separate these stones, remain lying 2.
Yeah, create as much distance as possible between their first and second count shots. Jinli Liu with a clockwise rotating takeout coming down the ice. This needs to curl a little bit. It's going to sit right on the nose, and I think that will allow Carrie Barr and company from Scotland to get closer to that second counting Chinese stone and hopefully limit some of the damage here in the 8th end.
Rachel Sims, just 68% in the game. Of course, the back half of the Scottish team, both lefties.
Yeah, that
makes it
is
easier.
not, the camera is not backwards. You are seeing that correctly. There's lefty followed by lefty.
Definitely makes it easier on the skip as they try and roll underneath.
That's a great shot.
Just fabulous, able to roll far enough that it forces China to make a play that yellow to the red. Because China didn't roll away, get some separation, left the 4-foot, 5-foot roll over.
So China just going through some of their options. They could play the run back on their own, but they would likely lose their shooter. They've elected to draw down, maybe tap this stone from Jiang Luin.
That's not going to accomplish what they're looking for there. Just comes down half into the 12-foot.
Yeah, just a little underthrown there, just a little light. And actually, the way those stones are sitting now, this creates a great chance for Scotland.
They're second, we're third. I think we have to go here.
This is a really interesting chance. I mean, how badly do you want to score in the 8th? There's an opportunity here, depending on how those stones are lined up, for Scotland to maybe throw a center guard, kind of force the issue a little bit, but or even something in the half on the top 12.
They worried about throwing a center line guard that they might try and slash it into that red, the shot stone?
Yeah, it's possible. They're just going to try and create as much separation. Force China to 1 in the worst case scenario, or maybe even get a rollout.
Well, Rachel played in a previous World Women's Championship in 2009. Second for Eve Muirhead as they try to split the rings. That year they went 5 and 6. That was the year that China won the nation's very first World Championship. Of course, Bing Yu Wang is the skip of that team.
Yeah, the familiar face of women's curling in China has, I believe, stepped away from the game. One of the great competitors to ever play. World champion, Olympic bronze medalist.
And Jinli Liu, the second in this game for China, was the alternate when they won the World Championship and the bronze medal in Vancouver on the other coast of Canada. Last of third stones for Team China upcoming.
Yeah, and they see the challenge that they're in right now, and they really want to try and score 2 points here.
So in order to trying to score your 2, you're going to try and use those stones to your advantage.
Looks like they're just playing a takeout on this. You know, I think there's some things. Someone's going to score in this end at this point, and I think I think recognizing that you would maybe play a tap back or a freeze.
And will hit and roll out, not what they're looking for
No,
at all.
not at all. That side of the ice is a little unforgiving. That's the straighter side playing into the sheet A side, as it were. Slightly straighter there.
But then you've got a chance to come back here again and split it. Okay, that's fine. Isn't that, yeah, that's fine. That's the ice I gave you.
So they're going to play the same draw that they just saw. Skip carry bar heads down the ice.
Just put it back, I think, where Rachel's was. 15. On the tee then, or back. Even take a bit less, yeah. 15.
Okay, guys. Line's good. 7. Where?
That looks heavy.
Tighter line.
That looks big. Whoa.
Sweepers are right off on the shot.
Sorry, I knew it
Well,
was
they
so
won to
big.
split the rings.
Most importantly, they needed to stay
Don't touch it.
second count. Seja Louis is really looking at this combination over here.
Would there be anything that you can...
你感觉头留不下呀？
也能留下，10秒能留下。
啊，10秒力量。
They're trying to figure out that lineup. I just don't think
10
that
秒力量，然后头
if they were the opposite stagger, I think it would work in their favor.
Yeah. You know, they had a great opportunity on their thirds last stone, as I said, to freeze and create a scoring opportunity of multiple points.
我要打甩。
They could still do that. They could freeze to the other side, the side they're playing to, but it looks like they're going to play something with some weight.
这球是10秒力量。
Lots of skips have shown how wrong we are, Luke. So I'd be
Quite so.
happy for Seju Louis if we don't have these angles right. She's right on top of them. She knows better than we do. She's going to try and play, I think, a little hit, run back, and flop.
I think the thing she'll look for is to try and have her shooter roll in as well.
Yes, that's the flop part.
Said you Louis, 86%.
And this is going to curl really hard in this to this corner. Just keep the brushes down.
Well, catch the angles, will catch it. And don't know if they got shot out of it.
They may be first shot up there, but Scotland is definitely 2 and 3.
Just make that one go away and gonna get their force. The roll to the center could be in a spot where you force a draw, and if it ever over curls, could be a steal.
Yeah, I think Scotland definitely wants to roll a bit towards center. Shrink the rings just a little bit and create, again, that traffic in front of the forefoot that Team China would have to navigate.
While trying to
Oh,
get
and
that
that
roll to the
curl.
center, they're gonna get caught by it. Gotta hold the line, avoid the jam. They stick it at the back, and that's how a 2 opportunity comes up.
That's unfortunate for Team Scotland.
这边逆势稍微有点 掉线，但我逆时有点顶，然后我控制控制。
So the nose hit, and a 2 will go up, and a 3-point lead. That extra point, huge.
It's huge at this point in the game. With that, it is so important for Sejia Louis to hit and stick here. It's an opportunity you have to take advantage of at this level.
Well, has to be careful. Don't want to roll too far. Make the hit. Little roll will touch the own and gives that point back. So it's only 1. After all that, both skips missed their last. And it still turns out a single point for China. We're through 8 ends. 7-5. Scotland will have the hammer. 2 ends remaining.
现在咱还是领先2分，打第9局，这局咱还是进赢。
Well, final stone of that 8th end was an open hit after Carry Bar rolled out. Said, yeah, Louis. Opportunity to take a 3-point lead. Have been solid in this game throughout. Some textbook curling early, but that one isn't over curls on her and only gets 1. Fortunate she had that catcher there to save her shooter. But the important thing for her, she did score. She did score with the hammer in the 8th end. Still in good control in this one.
Yeah, that hit and jam rollout. That's a victory for Scotland though after their unfortunate jam and rollout. So Team China, their lead Ray Wang's first stone of the 9th end. Team China is going to want this rock right in the rings.
Well, that stone goes into the rings. You could see Decision try and run the rocks through, play the hit. You could try and generate your offense now. They elect put up the corner guard.
Yeah, in the down 2 playing the 9th, there's no time like the present to generate a couple of points.
It's kind of hard to waste an end.
Yeah, there's not time left for patience.
So first stone top 8 foot, the corner guard out in front.
Team China is going to try and put this rock right on top of the other rock in the rings.
Well, top part of the rings, the lineup of those stones is nice.
It's nice positioning. So Scotland's got a couple of options. They can draw underneath their corner guard, or they can play this hit and roll underneath the corner guard. I'd like to see them play the draw. They have to score 2.
Good numbers from both Leeds, both in the mid-90s. Nice to see Leeds putting up big numbers there.
Yeah, that's great to see.
Didn't seem they're on that to go real hard to try and make that roll. They were just happy trying to nose it.
Yeah, I mean, I think they were they waited a little bit. They were being pretty careful, and that's one of the things you kind of have to do in that situation. If you play the hit, your shooter's got to stick around, so you end up being a little careful. If you play if you activate your corner guard by drawing under it, you're probably not as careful, and you create some, I think, a little more opportunity for yourself than playing that hit and roll.
Okay.
Well, we'll kill that one out. But push that stone that was on the center line and open things up. Now a full corner guard play, and
yeah,
this would play into Scotland's favor?
Yeah, I think so. The way this curls here, there's no reason that Scotland can't get fully buried and above the tee line over there behind that tight yellow stone to the rings.
Where? 7, 8. Roll line.
It's not fucking moving.
The bang. Oh, back. Just
Big
like
line.
they can't sweep it. I've given too much ice as well.
I didn't move a bit. No, I gave too much. Sit, 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 sit.
So I heard the discussion of gave it too much. I didn't have the right broom in the broom in the right spot. Won't really know because it was overthrown.
Yeah, it was overthrown, and it looked like the shooter may have just popped that a little inside-out release there, and that makes it difficult for the skip to have confidence. And one of the things that happens over a game is the ice changes a little bit, so maybe where you set the broom down in the 7th end isn't exactly where you'd put it in the 9th end, but
Well, the hit roll away, and you saw the discrepancy between the Chinese second. A big advantage over Rianne McLeod.
so they've tightened up the ice here. Hopefully Rianne doesn't take too much weight off, or they will wreck on that guard in front of the rings.
Make sure they throw this one to the sweepers, allow them to do their work, and guide this one in there. Well, trying to get around as we'll cut over Switzerland and Denmark. Switzerland trying to stay unbeaten, and Madeline Dupont of Denmark, it's been a rough start for her. She's given up a lot of points and facing a lot. They were looking at the double, but decide they're going to try and go the outturn draw, come around. Don't know if you can make the draw this path to get one. It's to cut it down.
Yeah, this is a tough shot. Sweeper's really working that rock.
No.
She just wrecks.
Yeah, it would have been real tough for her to score in that one, but it was a cut it down. Instead, a steal of 2, and Switzerland now up 7-2. Full control, looking to move to 5-0.
And a little bit of light for Team Scotland. So they're going to throw just a barrier weight, barrier, or board weight. Just nice little hit and roll under.
It's barrier weight here.
It is barrier.
You see 72%. Sims slight advantage. Well, if going the other way, got to get off it, let it finish to avoid that one. We'll make the nose hit. Just back with Switzerland for one moment with them looking to move to 5-0. They do have a tough finish ahead. In their last 6 games, they go against Korea, who's at 3-2. They go the U.S., who's 3-2 tomorrow. Then Scotland, Switzerland, or Sweden, pardon me, Russia, and the Czech Republic. So a lot of the teams in the top half there still to go, but
yeah, but starting out with these significant wins, and the significant win last night over Canada should give Team Switzerland a lot of confidence moving into the back half of the round robin.
And knowing you're at 5-0 in a good position heading in, is the double just missed, as opposed to having to fight every game almost like sudden death.
Right.
The loser of this is looking like they'll need to get in on a roll like that if they want to try and make the playoffs with 3 losses.
So Scotland, again, this is a great opportunity for them to generate their score of 2 points here in the 9th end. They've got hammer. They've got a chance to hit and roll to the outside and create some separation between their 2 counters.
Well, make the hit, just continue to trade these shots right now in a position, try and get their 2. Skip stones upcoming of this 9th end.
China holding a 2-point lead.
So deciding where the broom, I think they want to try and roll to the center. Sadia Louis, as we look at the 4th stone comparison, 84% Louis. Carry bar 75. Low numbers on Bar's hits, including that miss last end.
Real high numbers on her draw weight, which is very helpful. Don't know how many she's thrown, but 96%. They've all been pretty good.
We'll try and get a little bit of a roll in. Get in front of that redstone, force Scotland to maybe take a chance. Nose hit leaves a double. Do you go? Obviously you're looking at 2, but do you make a roll?
Okay. Yep. What weight? Just bad air. Bad air? Yep. Goes a little bit at the end, doesn't it? Yeah, a little bit. Okay.
So we look over Switzerland, Denmark.
We have to go in behind the guards.
And those red stones continue to appear in Denmark. And Madeline Dupont's final stone, looking in, needs full 12-foot to get a single point, make it 7-3. Again, her front end working hard. Will they have enough to get it there? Got to get it to the rings, get it full 12-foot. A little worried, but it all's good as they get their 1. They trail 7-3.
And as
heading to the 9th end.
We go back to our sheet B here, Scotland and China. This rock curling quite a bit for.
They avoid it, and as we were showing you that one, it is handshakes over there. They discussed it, but Denmark has had enough. They concede, and Switzerland,
smiles and high fives.
Through 3 days, undefeated, 5-0. We'll see if we see the celebration we have in the past with their fans. Hop Swiss. 3. Switzerland wins. Back over to sheet B. China leading 7-5 over Scotland.
China's last shot in the 9th end here. Sadia Louis is going to try a double. We've seen her make some mistakes when she's raised her weight a bit in previous games. So hopefully she's got that up weight under control a little bit. And a nose hit.
Yeah, no, doesn't make the double on that, but gets the nose hit to, again, take a chance to try and, or just the nose hit to, as this is the last, just a hit to score 2. If they roll underneath, it doesn't really matter.
Nope, they don't need to roll, but they do need to stick around and tie this game up going into the 10th end.
So Carrie Bart doesn't like it. Not a good reaction to that delivery.
It's starting to curl. This looks pretty good.
Well, make the hit.
Score of 2.
There's the roll that she could have used on her first to try and bring a 3 into play, but it is 2. And
we hear it from the skip herself.
So 7-7. Scotland, China all tied, heading to the 10th. Well, a quick check-in with Czech Republic and Germany, the 2 winless teams looking for victory number 1.
And Germany really looking to move the momentum. They've given up a couple of steals here and let the Czech Republic back into the game. Skip Imogen Una-Lehmann needs to hit the 8-foot against several Czech Republic counters.
Yeah, multiple counters. Maskovic, Heiss on the sweep.
Corina Scholl's third coming out to help, and no problem.
They're a little, sometimes when things aren't going well, you panic and want to get out there just to make sure. Don't want to let that one.
That's a huge score for Germany. Taking a point in the 8th, hopefully just changing the momentum a little bit for them.
As we are here now in our feature game, after, if you're tuning in to see Canada-USA, it ended after 6, a 9-3 Canadian victory. Moved over here, Scotland and China, 10th end. China with the hammer, looking to play the tick shot. And looking to cross the face, tap it off. Very nice. One of the different ways that you see it.
Yeah, you can play that shot any number of ways. You can play it into it. You can play it across the face. China electing to play it across the face with back 8 weight. And Ray Wang nicely moves the Scottish stone onto the rings, which means they could hit it on the next shot. Barbara McPake will try and replace that guard.
Oh, just let it swing if you can. Oh. Yep. Bring on the center. Yep. Good box.
Well, they need to replace that one. It goes out in front.
Yeah, and China's going to elect to have their lead try to repeat her performance on the first stone, on her second stone here. She's throwing a little bit more weight at this, I think. So they got to wait.
Yeah, again, crossing the face, have to wait for it to make that move. Here, again, tap it over. Keep the shooter out of the way. Very nice. That is quite the pair from Ray Wang.
Yeah, those are excellent shots.
And as a skip, they'll definitely thank the lead later, Ray Wang. Keeping the 4 foot clear.
Ray Tick Wang.
I like it.
Yeah, maybe she's
Rolls
got a
off
new
the tongue.
nickname.
Rolls off the tongue.
New nickname. So Scotland's going to keep throwing those centerline guards up. And now there's some traffic in front of the rings onto the sides. So peels may bounce around and create some opportunity for Scotland still. It's one of the dangers of playing the tick shots. You do leave rocks around on the side of the rings.
You probably played at the red ones on the side, try and get them out.
Yeah, I think that's your best option. And in particular, since your first count on the other side of the rings at this point.
Jinli Liu, second for Team China, will look to do that. 2 tick shots made. Now looking for the peel. And right through, just over the top of that one. Ever so close to making that a great throw.
Yeah, it was a great shot, and you got to love that the shooter's still looking for the perfect shot afterwards.
Yeah, not happy with just getting the one.
Yeah, she makes a great peel through lots of traffic in front of the rings, and she wants not only the single peel, but she wants the peel and the run back.
So guard, trying to just move these guards around just a little bit, put them in a little different position so that the peel's slightly different.
Yeah, just change the visual for Team China. Make them think about where to put the ice down, how to throw this, which turn to play.
Well, those are the 2 they'd like to possibly get rid of in the process, slash it into. Well, peel it into it, and this time, right over the top. No reds in the rings. Just that one on the side took a second shot at it, but nailed this one.
She looks a little happier with this one.
Jinli peel.
Right.
Oh, there's a good reaction.
Very happy with that one. That's great. It's a good feeling.
So 4 shots, China 4 makes, and they're sitting real nice in this 10th end. Well, tough for a team at this stage. You got to keep playing through, even though your opponent's made everything so far. Does frustration set in, or you just got to stay patient and maybe get a mistake?
You know you need a miss. You know you need something kind of extraordinary to happen, but you need to stick with your plan, what your team's job is. And Scotland's got to put guards up. I'd like to see him move them around a little bit more, a little higher, a little deeper, left side, right side.
Well, Yilun Yang peels that one, rolls off to the side.
And Scotland's going to get to throw one more centerline guard here. And then I think they'll have to elect to come underneath that Chinese stone on the side of the house.
A lot more hits for Rachel than draws. 70% on her hits.
wondered whether we should have maybe gone over the other side.
Well, the peel. Again, just trying to line it up, see what she can hit.
Yeah, just making sure she fully understands the angles, what's where her window is.
와. 예뻐. 살살. 살살. 살살.
We'll catch that one also. Now it's all yellow in play. Ho-hum, I'll just get that one, slash it off the side, get rid of it, and open up that wide in-turn side so nothing in the way.
Try and get over to this side of the centre line rather than here because that's where
No,
they've been hitting the
well,
whole time.
on the centre line so that we're guarding the poppy, I think. Edge of 4.
Sometimes you see them draw in at this stage.
Yeah.
Try and get one behind that stone top 12 foot. Maybe get a miss and a roll to a center, and then you have something else to draw behind.
Yeah, this has potential too to create some difficulty for Team China. Does China come in? Do they come under? You know, you might kind of trick them into coming under, or
Change their strategy.
Or if Sedia Louis, the skip for China, has to throw a peel, elects to throw the peel, then she's going to have to throw maybe a draw afterwards, and maybe adjust that adjustment. Maybe something that you might get an opportunity from.
Okay.
So comes just touching the center line. They wanted to guard the button. Well, you're always looking the shot ahead, what you got to play. Looking to straight peel. And Sedia Louis has had a couple of these in previous games, missing the peels in key moments of games. We'll look to tighten things up, get rid of this one, give herself either an open draw or an open hit for the win. 87%, 13 hits.
This looks like a nice shot. Actually, she may get the bonus of picking herself off the rings. Nope. Okay.
Came up enough at the end there. So China lies 1. Scotland needs to steal. Right now, China 7 for 7 on shots, putting together a solid 10th end.
Yeah, I don't think we need much because we threw some.
Yeah.
Threw a draws up here last time with this ice, didn't we?
So Team Scotland talking about how best to possibly put a rock underneath that China rock in the top 12 foot. This is a tough spot to draw to on this ice. It's pretty straight going into this corner. They just need to tuck a small part of that stone, but most importantly, they need to be shot.
I've been playing, yeah, because remember my last one down here, I played 15 and it went a wee bit back.
Well, Carrie Barr, her final stone of this 10th end, trying to tuck a piece.
Still need full 12.
Force Louis to play her final shot. Gonna draw her a hit.
It's just not curling for her.
Wow,
There
they gotta
it starts to break.
Will it have enough steam? And it just doesn't have the weight. They had to wait too long for it to make that move, and when it did, it's ground to a halt, and now don't have to stick around. Sedia Louis will just peel that one out. This too. Join the US, Russia, and Korea, all at that 3-2 level.
Yeah, and a 3-game win streak by Team China.
That would be important for them.
Wow, clean. Wow.
Well, just a cleaning here.
Okay.
And we'll hit. Doesn't matter where it goes, it will roll out. So a single point, and you can put it on the board as an 8-7 victory. China defeats Scotland, so Scotland drops to 3-2. Scotland drops to 2-3. China improves to 3-2.
China settling in nicely after 2 opening losses. Really getting a feel for the ice and And just checking in on the United States-Canada feature game, the pivotal 4th end, a couple of half shots by USA provided a window of opportunity for Team Canada. Rachel Homan's last shot, a draw to touch paint for a score of 4. Really well swept by front end, Kraviatsik and Weigel. In the 5th end, USA had a couple of great shots by Allison Pottinger. They came back with a score of 2.
A little cleaner. All you guys. Good job. Good job. 2 red, 2 work. 2 red. I think this is probably max, Em. Okay.
Team Canada looking at a single United States counter, half buried underneath the center guard. Nice hack weight shot, and Team Canada scores 3 in the 6th end for the win. Final 9-3, Canada over the United States. Checking in on our scores, couple of finals. Switzerland defeating Denmark, Canada defeating the United States, China defeating Scotland, and in the 10th end, Czech Republic down a couple of points to Team Germany.
Here's these standings. You see Switzerland 5-0, then Canada, Sweden at 4-1, China, Korea, Russia now all at 3-2 on the first page of the leaderboard, with the U.S. also at 3-2, then Scotland's 2-3, Denmark, Latvia 1-4, and the Czech Republic and Germany with 4 losses each. Rachel, an impressive victory. How do you feel about the way your team played?
Really good. I mean, the other team played really well. We ended up with a couple rocks around the 12-foot, and so able to get a big end there, taking the 4.
You guys just seemed to manage the ice quite well. There was one side curly, one side a little straight.
Yeah, a little bit different than the other sheets, but manageable, and definitely missed a few early on, but we learned from the mistakes and were able to capitalize.
And how do you use this moving forward after a loss? 2 wins today, good feeling?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just getting stronger and stronger, and hopefully that continues through. Definitely don't want to have a Sunday night repeat, that's for sure.
Excellent. Congratulations. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you very much.
Well, and victorious Rachel Homan defeating the USA convincingly 9-3. As that will wrap up Draw 8 here from St. John, New Brunswick, Canada. For Ann Swisshelm, myself, Luke Coley, the entire crew, thanks for tuning in. We're back tomorrow for more coverage. It's Denmark taking on Sweden here from the Forward World Women's Curling Championship.